Welcome back to I'm Every Woman TV and our first year anniversary online party. We're about to start our second segment with guest David Cohen, who is host of the Small Business Big Ideas radio show. David is also a business coach, a speaker, and now a new author of the book, Bust Out, Ignite Your Inner Entrepreneur. Welcome, David.
Thank you, Jeanette. Nice to see you, and happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Way to go.
Thank you.
A year, eh?
I know.
Wow.
So I can't believe it. I'm still pinching myself.
I know. Well,
Yeah.
can I pinch you after? Or no?
Oh, sure,
Okay.
later. Okay.
Offset during the party,
yeah.
right? Yeah, good.
During the party. Well, David, 5 million baby boomers, I know you cater to baby boomers, are now in business for themselves and growing. And apparently 53% of those 5 million people are women. So women baby boomers are really on the rise.
Yeah. Going into business for themselves. Yes.
So baby boomers as a whole, and then 53% are women on the rise. And I got that stat actually, in case you don't believe me, from the Kauffman Institute.
Excellent.
Okay, so I did a little research last night. Now, my question then is, why are women baby boomers specifically? So baby boomers meaning those born in 1947 up to 1964 is a stat defined as a baby boomer. Why are they specifically choosing to go into business? And are they facing, this is a two-part question, are they facing significant challenges or different challenges than their male counterparts?
Wow, it's a good question.
Thank you.
Okay, so why are they going into business
Yeah.
more so than men? A couple of reasons.
Yes.
One is they hit the glass ceiling in corporate situation, more so than men. You know, they want families, they want to have more life balance. They only want to go so far in terms of corporate life. So they'll only get to a certain level in a corporation, and then they sort of tap out at that. And I think they lose interest at that point. So that's a key reason that's happening. And the other thing is, when they do have a family, now they're thinking, I don't know about this career thing anymore. I don't know if it's worth it. And I think it might be time to try something on my own. And that's why we're seeing a lot, more women than men starting businesses. The other key thing is there's been a lot of layoffs in the past year. Here in Canada alone, I mean, the civil service was laying off, 17,000 employees? A lot of which
we know
are
we're
men.
in trouble when civil service is
Yeah,
laying off 17,000 employees.
I know.
Yeah.
No kidding. And then if you read the Drummond report last year or studied that, that was put out here in the province of Ontario, one of the key, recommendations was to let go of sort of admin people or middle management or admin type level management, and that's affecting women more so than men. So here now women are losing jobs, they're hitting glass ceilings in a corporate setting, and they have no choice but to do it on their own. And so that's why
If they want to plan for retirement.
Yeah. And that's why we're seeing a larger influx of women over men starting businesses.
Now, are they facing, though, a different set of challenges than men in business?
I think they are. I think, though, that they're also more adept at handling those challenges than men.
And how's that?
Well, you ever drive with a man? And
Yeah.
do they get lost, and do they stop and ask for
Heaven forbid.
directions?
Yeah.
No, they don't, right?
No,
We'll get there. Well, a woman is like that in business too. And they'll stop and they'll ask for directions, and they'll get help, and they'll take workshops, and they'll network, and they're way better than that than men are. So I think, yes, there are different, there's differences and little nuances between men and women in business, but at the same time, I think women handle it a little bit more proactively than a man would.
So you've just written this book called Bust Out, Ignite Your Inner Entrepreneur. And by the way, we have a couple of copies for giveaway today to the first person who emails in at Jeanette, JANETTE, at yourmarketingmagnet.com. And
Thank you.
This is really, it's available on Amazon
Yeah.
as well, but I mean, it's worth $20 each, and we have a few to give away. So, David, what prompted you? And I know this was a big labor of love for you, taking around 3 years to produce from start to finish. What prompted you to write this book and share your growth strategies for entrepreneurs? And why specifically for the baby boomer market?
That's a good question as well.
Seems to be my
I
second
know
or
you're
third
doing
one.
well today. It must be the first anniversary thing, you know. I hope it's not downhill from here. I hope it's uphill.
It's not meant to torture you.
This is going to be a hard show to match in the future. But why? Okay, first of all, why the book? Well, like you, I do work with entrepreneurs and small business owners, so I have a passion for it. Right? I've done the radio show for 9 years. I've been a business coach and facilitator for 12 years now. So I have a passion for it. And when I sat down to write, I was thinking, like, who am I writing this for? And it kept coming. Like, the person, I was kind of writing it for the boomer, for somebody just like me, who's, just over 50. And I still have my looks, thank God.
Yeah, baby face, no wrinkle.
Baby face, exactly. And I thought, I'm writing it for them. So I saw this person who, when I was writing the book, who was like a boomer, maybe going through a bit of a career shift and transition. That maybe for the first time, they just got let go of a company, and now they got to think, I got to start a business, maybe. I've got to do something on my own. I can't trust that job's going to be there 2, 3, 4, 5 years from now. I just got cut. I don't know if I'm going to get cut again. So I wanted to write a book for that person in mind to help them really think about this and really think strategically about not only just the business idea, but their whole life, the money, the planning, the budgeting, what they can expect, how to grow their business, how to sell, how to market. So I really wanted to sort of encompass the whole picture in the book.
So they know what they're getting into.
So they know what they're getting into. Have your eyes open. Yeah, it's great we have a vision and dream, and everybody says, oh, live your passion and do what what's wrong with you? Go ahead and do it. Yes, do that, but know what you're getting into.
So that leads me to my next question, which is, how do you really ignite your inner entrepreneur?
Wow. Is this like tough question day or something?
No, they're not meant to be tough.
How do you really ignite? I think you just ignite it by, get a good idea, do your homework, do your research, get an idea that there's a market for and people want. And then, and also, for sure, follow your passion, but make sure you have a plan of action, you have a backup plan, you have the proper money involved in it. And do it, put your toe in the water, test the idea out. Maybe you don't have to quit your job so fast. Maybe you leverage a little bit, and you test and try.
And how much money do you think you need to have put aside to make this transition to start your own business?
Well,
especially if you're going to give up your regular income, right?
Yeah, they say you should have 6 months saved away.
6 months salary?
Yeah, saved for that rainy day. And it also depends on how much you need to invest in the business. If you're buying a franchise, for example, Tim Hortons franchise, what are they going for? Like
at least
250, 300?
Yeah.
So you have to have that money saved away, and then some money just in case for the rainy day. But if you're like you and I were consultants and in the helping professions, you don't need a ton of money, but you should have enough for 6 months in case of, when it's not so good,
Right. Yeah. When it's feast or famine.
Feast or famine.
Or maybe get in touch with the bank and get a really good line of credit.
Exactly. Or, a rich uncle or something.
Yes, that always helps. So I have some other questions for you, and they're not meant to be hard or anything. It's just,
I'm nervous. Am I sweating?
No, I think you're doing just perfectly.
Okay,
good. We have to cover some useful information, right?
Yeah, no, we do.
So one of the key components of the book is growth strategy. And I know you're a real specialist in this because, you've got a very heavy-duty sales and marketing background, like myself, but you're very sales-oriented. And I would like to ask you, and this is not meant to be a hard question.
Okay, ask away.
It's just meant to be
I think, can I drink that now?
You could if you want.
I might
go
take
ahead.
the edge off. No.
Go ahead. have a little toast with me.
All right.
Okay?
Yeah.
To our first year.
Yeah, to
Okay.
tough questions.
So,
Oh, it's not Manischewitz. Okay.
no,
good.
it's not. I got I got something better. There's a lot of business growth strategies in here, and if you had to pick just one,
Wow.
to get that entrepreneur going, or the lady in business going, or whatever, what strategy would you pick and why?
I would pick get out there and network and meet people. That would be my choice. Yeah, because I think, in order to learn, in order to see what other people are doing in business, in order to get new clients and make connections, networking is probably the most important thing you can do to get yourself out there and start to build a clientele base.
Now, networking today, though, has become a split thing, sort of half face-to-face, in person, going out to events, which can get costly and time-consuming, and the other half is a lot of it's online stuff. A lot of our colleagues stress the importance of playing a bigger game and getting out of your local market. So that would necessitate you networking a lot more online. What's your take on that? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think you have to be around for a little while before you can start playing the bigger game? Do you think it's better to play your local market first?
I say play your local market first, do well there, build up a client base, build your niche, and then you can go to a bigger game. The other thing is I find, and increasingly so, that networking online is great, and these social media tools are phenomenal, but it does not necessarily bring you in business. It only is building engagement, so you're engaged with people, but it takes a lot longer to build a relationship, a business relationship online than it does in person. I think in person, the eyes don't lie. Your mannerisms, a warm hello, offering a piece of advice. I think that's way more effective, and you'll get better results in person than you will online. So I'm an in-person, I'm a touchy-feely, huggy guy. There's a book I love by Jack Mitchell, who wrote the book Hug Your Customer. And I really subscribe to that philosophy. I think a hug, words of encouragement, the more in person you can get, the better off you are. And then, so focus on that first, and then maybe a little bit online. Online is a long, it's a long way to Tipperary. It's a long road.
Of all the great marketers and great business people, men or women, that come to mind from the past, and then I guess looking ahead to the future, do you feel that there's been some sort of a lost art in business today with the way technology has taken over?
Yeah, it's funny you say that, and I just I think we've lost the sense of fun and excitement, and I'll give you an example. Jerry Goodis, an ad agency director, he coined the term "sell the steak, sell the sizzle, not the steak." In order to get a client, he put up a big billboard along his drive-in in the morning and says, "Jerry Goodis wants to see you and wants to meet with you." And I think we forgot how to have fun and really step outside the box and be creative. Or if you remember the old, the days of 1050 Chum and, Mike Cooper, now the morning man on CHFI, would ride the Ferris wheel, endlessly and set a record. I think we miss some of that, I think we miss some of that fun, kitschy, catchy, zany kind of creative out there ideas. Yeah.
Which, they were really good stuff, and they've kind of, I think, been lost because we've kind of become lazy, I think self-reliant even on internet and that sort of thing, and it's taken our creativity away.
Right. And, your parents have a background in retail, and you come from a retail. You look at they probably did some really catchy, cool things to get clients coming into the store. Or you look at what's the guy? Honest Ed. Remember Honest Ed and what he did? He did the Great Turkey giveaway every year, and like things like that. I think have more of an impact than than they do online. Why? You got media attention, right? In same with Mike Cooper and that record and the
Yes,
Ferris
yes.
wheel. It gets media attention. It builds community. People start to talk about it. I love that sort of in-person creativity, being out, thinking outside the box.
Yeah, I have to
think-
agree with you on that one. And I
Yeah.
have to also say that since the time I was 8, always coming up with creative things to get people through the door
I know.
at mom and pop's retail store.
Yeah, you got to do
stores,
crazy
I should
things.
say.
But I bet you some of it was like really fun.
It
and-
was a lot
Yeah.
of fun.
And what was the reaction of people too? You got to see it immediately.
Yes, and you know what, my mother was excellent, that still is, and I'm happy that I am actually happy that I had influences like that on me when I'm now part of the business world, so I don't have to forget that it can be, right? And maybe other people don't have that, so they don't have the inclination, they really just reach for the mouse and get online,
Yeah.
and that's it. But I'm really happy that I got that training.
Yeah, I think we forgot to kind of have fun and be creative. I did a promotion on behalf of a client a few years ago, and we rented, those little ice cream bicycle thingies. So I parked outside. I was sort of the guy serving ice cream, and they wanted to get the client's attention in business. So we were giving them, all their employees, ice cream. So we're all white, and I had the ice cream bike, and,
Oh, cool.
and it was just to get their attention.
So you were
'cause-
giving them the scoop
Yeah,
on how to make money.
that's it. We were giving them the scoop, and we wanted them to get the full scoop, and so we could, engage with them and talk with them. And I think we forgot that. I think you're right. We've become too reliant on posting, the latest thing online, where we're not actually engaging with our customers in a way that's fun and creative and out there and gets people talking. Right?
And also because, we live supposedly in this information society, but yet, everyone's always posting all day long different things, and after a while it becomes information overload.
Totally.
And, we tune out to that rather than
millions
tune
of-
in to something that, might be a little old-fashioned, but
Yeah.
kind of makes you stand out. David, if you had to attribute the best way to grow a business, like let's say if you're a newbie and you're looking to grow as quickly as possible, what are the 3 top things you would use to grow the business? What would be your 3 main marketing?
Okay. Number 1, you got to do your market research and do your
Okay.
homework. Okay.
Okay.
You got to know your market. You got to know yourself.
Okay.
You got to know your value, and then you have to be able to communicate your value in ways that are really, that work and connect to your clients. So that could be a phone call. It could be networking. It could be a bit of an ad campaign. It could be a direct mail piece. To me, I think the 3 cool ways to connect and build your business. Number 1 is to ask for referrals. So talk to everybody you know in your world and say, hey, who do you know that might like what I got going on? And they'll say, oh yeah, I know Joe, and I know Bob, and I know Susan. Call them. So all of a sudden you got 3 hot leads, right? And now you call Susan up and say, hey, our friend, Steve told me to call you, and oh, how's Steve? And now it's a warm call. So ask for referrals from people you know. Don't ask for the business, but ask for referrals. The next really cool, and make sure that you reward the referral giver. I just gave a referral to someone. I haven't even gotten a call or a little note saying, hey, thanks for the business. I appreciate that. So make sure you send a thank you note, maybe a little gift, Tim Hortons gift card or something like that, right? Or buy a book, give them a book. Have a referral strategy. The next thing real quick is a joint venture, like to team up with somebody non-competing and see if you can work together in a collaborative way where I'm driving business to you and you're driving business to me. And then the third is what McDonald's did to drive sales. They asked for more business. Do you want fries with that? So sell more. So yeah, I've got a book, but do you want our services? Do you want my coaching? Do you want this? Do you want that? So sell more. Those are the 3 key ways.
And that's really great. Unfortunately, we're a little bit out of time.
Oh,
I
wow.
could spend the rest of the day talking about
Yeah.
this. I just want to remind everyone how to reach you. This is David Cohen. He is the author of Bust Out, Ignite Your Inner Entrepreneur. He is also a business consultant. and he provides one-to-one and a group as well.
Yeah.
Like workshops. You have a webinar coming up. And he is the host and creator of Small Business Big Ideas radio show. Where can we find you, David?
Okay, best bet is the coach at smallbusinessbigideas.com, or the website is smallbusinessbigideas.com. And every Monday night on radiothatdoesn'tsuck.com, we do our radio show.
Right. So thank you for being here, and congratulations. Don't forget to also go to Amazon.com and order your copies, because there's only one lucky winner who's going to get a free one or two today. So the rest of you will have to order online. They're only $20. Thank you for being here.
What a
Thank
pleasure.
you
Happy anniversary.
Thank you. Thank you for being part of that celebration for me. And it looks like we're out of time, so I want to thank you for being here today. I have a toast with you. You are great. You are my viewers. I love you. I love bringing information to you that benefits your life and all aspects of your life. And I look forward to seeing you next time on I'm Every Woman TV on Monday, December 17th. Until then, continue to be fabulous.